I would like to mix these two colors a little bit together. So take a little bit blue, more white, mix these two together to make the lighter blue color. Now the patchy style of painting is like that with the bigger size of brush, which is easier to cover the background. We are not go and back like that. The regularly we do like this, left and right, and use hold the brush like this. We are not doing like that for patchy style of paint. I take heavy paint like this, really thick, and I do randomly like that. This is like a patchy style of paint, and leave your paint be there. Then take some pure white because the top of the sky is so lighter, and use this brush stroke like X shape. Randomly add some small and short brush stroke like that with light blue, and in between add the white color. Leave the thickness be visible like that. Make sure the top of the sky should be lighter, but not the white, and then cut from the rest. Because of that, I start with light blue color and then bring the white color on top. But please take heavy paint. That's so point for this kind of painting because we want to see this brush stroke, which is like a patchy. And randomly feel free to add the brush stroke on your painting like that. And leave this two color blend together. And the other things that white can do is because yellow is so transparent. And when you mix it with white, already you help your paint, your yellow paint, get a little bit thicker and more opaque. Mix with yellow to reach orangey tone, which is warmer tone. But make sure yellow should be more. After you finish with the color of flowers, we move on for leaves to mix together. We need mid-tone color, which is this green that I already have. We need one tone lighter and one tone darker than this. So I mentioned that white can make the color lighter. Take your green, mix with the white color, then you can reach already the lighter tone. But if you see, our green is cool. I would love to have warmer color in the green. So beside white, I take a little yellow as well, mix with this green and white, and then you can see our light green move a little bit toward warmer tone. And for making the green a little darker, most of the time for any color you want to make it darker, we use black. But we already have brown in our palette. We don't need to add the new color. So take a little green, take a little bit brown, mix these two together, and then you see your green move a little darker tone. So brown, same as black, help the color get darker. Take these two, yellow and the one which is lighter by mixing the paint. I take the pure yellow first, randomly add tiny brush stroke. I try to make it close together as a ball to show that this is a flower, but not the exactly sunflower. Just randomly add some yellow color brush stroke like that and make it heavy. You don't need to be flat. Take a heavy paint like this. This is the lighter tone. Randomly bring it on your canvas. This is a little bunch close together, so I go another close together. Use the light color on top. If you imagine this is one flower and this is another one, this is another one, the pure yellow and the one which is lighter, like a top curve, better to be lighter. Even randomly, when I want to add this brush stroke, I try to shape it like a circle. Imagine this is look like a flower. And then come a little bit forward. Please not come here more than that. Just this part. Between this part of the hand and a little bit on the center of skirt. The rest is green. We don't need to add a lots of flower. And use the mixture of white and yellow on top of each curve. On this part, this part, this part. Then clean the brush, use orangey tone, randomly on the bottom part, like this. Orange tone. This is the darkness. And after finish 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, same a little like a circle shape. Even we have lots of light color. Randomly, you can add some tiny stroke everywhere on top if you want. I don't think about the place, just randomly add some brush stroke. Then after you finish the petals, with another brush, just take a pure brown color. I don't recommend to make it circly because it's not circle exactly. Just put heavy paint like an oval shape here, because when you use heavy paint, you need to take heavy paint more on darkness too, to help it sit on top. Randomly add on a center If the color of brown mix a little bit with the lighter tone would be okay. But even if you work with heavy texture, you need to take heavy brown as well. And less pressure, let it sit on top of the flowers randomly. Just bring it like this, not perfect circle, just like that. Like a brush stroke, it can be even oval shape. And try not to touch the petals. But sometimes happen because it's a painting. If they touch each other, it's okay. And randomly with a small brush stroke, I just fill inside the between each flower. Sometimes it's nice to move on with just a pure white color. Bring on top of the green color and yellow. Just with heavy paint. Sometimes it's nice to bring the yellow as well. Then move on with the light green. I just cover it by green. I don't show it. It's just a separate leaf. And not just with one value. A little bit pure green is okay to bring some part to make it more interesting. Like that. Just a bit. And then after that, when you're coming under the flowers, here, more we use the dark color of green and the mid-tone, which is the pure color, like that. So I move on with the pure green. Now it's longer brush stroke you can add because it's more look like a stem and leaves. So longer brush stroke again with heavy paint. Dark and mid-tone at the same time. Let it cover the surface of canvas. And even in between, we can bring light tone as well to shape as a leaf. But when you bring the leaf, it's smaller brush stroke. Bring it close to the skirt and make sure not leave any space. Just bring it. You can fix even the shape of drawing too. I want to show you is a reddish brown. And if you want to have separate tube for that, it's burnt sienna. Burnt sienna has red inside. That's the brown that has red inside. But you can make something close to that. And for this painting, it's okay to make that. We use red color, a little bit dark brown. When we mix these two colors together, we can reach reddish brown. I'm not saying that it's exactly burnt sienna. Burnt sienna is a little bit different in tone, but it's okay. For now, it's okay to use this one as a reddish brown. This color. So start with, I'm going to start with the lighter tone, like this white yellowy. And the left side of hat is the light color. So I try to cover this part with this light color. Even just a pure white, you can add a little bit on the top to make it lighter tone. Even this bottom part a little light. I take this and then move on with pure yellow for the right side. And still I'm going to use heavy paint and leave it like patchy style. When I use the background with this style, I'm not cover it so clean for the lady. I just use the same technique for everywhere. And just go with the orangey tone. Here is a little darker, so first of all, I use pure yellow, and then on top bring some orange. And cover it. Then even here is orangey as well. Then pure yellow. On center, I'm going to use lighter tone on top. Then pure yellow on the bottom part. Even a little orangey as well. So when I use the black ribbon, it separates these colors from each other. I can do it at the same time. It doesn't need to wait, but sometimes when you wait it's easier because everything is wet. Just a bit on the left side. And a bit on the bottom part. I recommend if you feel comfortable to let it dry and then add the black color on top, do like that. You don't have to do all at the same time. And then same as the other part, it's like patchy brush stroke. So very just easy, do like that. Add some brush stroke and then even the green color is okay. The light green, bring it here on top of the brown. It's reduced that darkness, very much darkness, and then feeling of landscape affect everything, even on dress. So nice to bring light gray, light green on top of reddish brown. And then with the same color, come here on this part of the hand. The good things about this technique is because when you bring the light beside the dark color, sometimes the muddy color creates, sometimes they don't mix together. But here you don't need to wait everything dry. You can sit dark and light color close together and not mix them together. When they sit close together, it's okay. So I'm going to take more reddish brown here on this part of the arm, bring it to the center, even separate the waist from this. Add a little darker tone here, but at the same time, the green is okay to bring somewhere and reduce this really darker tone of the brown, even on this part. These are the folds. Then switch the other brush and bring pure yellow first. We don't let them mix together. We just pass close to the dark color. And on a part which is, they want to touch each other, it's not sharp, light and dark. We need one mid-tone as well. So clean the brush, move on to the orange. It's good for here. And even here. The orange can mix with the light color. And even I use some orangey tone here too. Just take the paint, one stroke like that. Take the paint, one stroke. You don't need to make it clear and clean and blend it. Just take the paint, one stroke, put here. Reddish brown first. I have some shadow and darkness here, so add some dark color here. Easily add some brownish here. Even here I have. And here too. Take heavy paint and try to add some dark color in on this part. And then with the green color, we bring on top, because the green can affect green of landscape. When you bring on top of this brownie, already reduced that really darker tone, but it shows that the environment effect on even the dress and everything. Just stroke to let it move here, even here. And then for the other darkness, I try to use orange tone. I think it's okay to use orange. Now let me bring the green on the waist too. Yeah, here. We can go on back, and if we see the brown is disappear, bring back a little more brown. And then move on with the orange. We have a lots of brush stroke with the orange color. Just randomly add on top of the skirt. Take some orange and randomly cover here. And then move on with the pure yellow. This pure yellow can connect the orange together. And even if they mix, that's perfect, because there is a nice and blending environment happen on the skirt. Just feel that you need to bring brush stroke like patchy style, same as landscape. And then move on with the lighter tone on the center of skirt here. The back is more lighter tone. And even on the side. yellow. This time I want to show more a little accurate of my sunflower. Just the petal a little bit longer. Try to shape the circle close together into the sky even. But even this part, this flower is not very visible. Some part, half of it is visible. And I use this tip of brush or even the side of brush with the pure yellow first, and then I can bring the yellowy white on top and even the orange color. The orange color is more on the center, close to the center. Then have a napkin to clean it. Try to draw the other one, and then we will add the center. The other one I'm going to add like that. First, move on with the petals. Some of it move into the hat. A bigger paint. Again, even pure white color for the light part, if you want, you can add on top. Just for the edge, then clean the brush with your napkin, and then on the center is more orangey. You can turn some petals toward left or right, shape it like that. Before forget, the hand it's so easy with two brush stroke. I don't want to forget the skin tone of the hand. It's in shadow, so the light part it's orange that we already have for flowers. The top part I use just the orange color like that with the line connected here. And for the darker, I try to use the brown color. It's a small part and it's on the stems like this. Even you can clean it and let it orange move into the brown too to make it a little lighter. And even for the light part, just a bit white color to the orange and one brush stroke light on top. That helped the light color. And just like that, with 2 or 3 brush stroke, you can make the hand as well. The fingers actually.